Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you once again for joining me. Today we're going to set up April, and yes, I'm a little late in setting up April because last week was spring break and I decided I was taking a break from planning as well, so I didn't really do anything planning wise. So we're gonna start out by setting up the month and doing a little bit of prep work, and then looking at planning out for the week this week, which would be the week of April 12th. So thank you again for coming. As usual, I'm using Cocoa Daisy. This is the kit for April. Stickers, and then this is the washi tape that came with the kit, and then these are just two other washies that I found that I thought complemented the color scheme for the month. So that will be most of what I use. If you haven't watched my earlier videos, I'm currently planning right now in this A6 ring planner. The Hobonichi Weeks is one that I'm just kind of keeping synced up right now, but I'm not using it actively. So let's just dive in. So first I'm going to go to the month at a glance. I have not been doing a whole lot of decorating in here since January, just did a little bit. But February, March has been mostly just, you know, all about business. Same thing with April. I did reintroduce my color coding. April and May are always really busy months because it's the end of the school year and also the end of my work fiscal year. So I like to be able to see at a glance kind of who's doing what and where. And then this is, you know, the rest of the year. So these are DIY fish yearly or month on 2 pages for the whole year that I have in here. So there's not a whole lot that I need to change or do with relation to April, but I am going to pull this out just so that I can look at, I guess I haven't snipped these, look at the monthly view as I'm working, just in case there's anything I need to add. And if you have not seen one of my videos before, I plan in what I call the funnel method. So I start with the monthly view. This is where I do all my long range planning, forward looking stuff. And then I go down into the weekly view. Again, I'm using DIY fish inserts. So it's a Hobonichi style, similar type of thing with the blank on this side and the week over here. And then from there, I go down into the daily. So I did do quote unquote planning last week, and that I wrote down all the things I wanted to do while I was visiting my mom last week for spring break. But that's about it. So I had printed out these weekly pages for the entire month of April, but I decided that the dailies that I had been using for the last few weeks, which are these from Les Minimal, that I wanted something a little less structured moving forward for the rest of the month. So I also had the same inserts from DIY Fish that have the week with the blank page, but they have the dailies after it, and it's kind of a Hobonichi style. So I don't know if you can see it, but there is an hourly time over here. I never use that, but it is there if that's something that's important to you. So these are going to be what I'm going to use for the rest of April. So let me pull these out. I did slit my pages. Can't live without that. I've gotten really spoiled. It's like the best of rings and disc bound all in one. And then I'm also going to pull all of these March pages out. Leave this one first week of April in here just so I have the month. But I'm going to pull all of these out, which I don't think I've slit all of those. Pull those out. And this is last week. And then what I'm going to do is stick these in here when I get finished. But I'm going to move the rings out of the way for right now. So the first thing that I will do is set up this first page. This is going to be my what I call goals, or, you know, things I want to remember for the month. So I'm just going to pull out a few things here out of the Cocoa Daisy stuff that I want to use. This month the theme was poppies, and So pretty. My mom stole my pen. She saw it and she loved it, so I let her have it. Yeah, I let her have it. Not like that, but I gave it to her. Anyway, I think last month there was in here, these are adhesive die cuts, and there was an adhesive die cut that was about gold. So let me look at these and just see if there's one in here for April. I love the tabs, especially now that they are adhesive. Let me see. Yes, here we go. Spring to-do list, that would work. Spring cleaning. Well, I guess that's just the adhesive. Notes. I think that's probably going to be what I'm going to use. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this monthly task, because that's essentially what this page will be. So I'll stick this here and then probably do it at an angle like that. And then I may go back and use some of these just for something pretty. I don't want to use a whole lot of space because my page tends to get full. So maybe I'll throw that down there. So the rest of these I'll just slide off over here in case I want to use them. I don't know if this was intentional having these offset a little bit, but I like it because it's always been hard for me to get these. I want to do it that way. No, I'm going to do it at an angle. And I think before I do that, I'm going to put a little bit of washi down. And don't ask me where I got this from because I have no idea. Very old. Okay, now, yeah, that would be better. Okay, so then what I'll put on here are the things. This was March. March was very simple, but I'll put on here, oops, sorry about that. I'll put on here the things that I didn't get done that carried over from March into April. And I'm just going to stick this sticker sheet back here because I don't like to write on the paper. Still need to get my daughter's new glasses ordered. And my husband's. Still need to paint our kitchen cabinets. That's all that's on here from March that didn't get carried over, but I know that a couple things I need for the bathroom remodel. Okay, so that'll be at the very beginning of the month, and I'll just continue to add to that as the month goes by. Oh, and I forgot the flowers. Here we go. Okay. All right, so then what I'll do next is with these weekly pages and daily, what I do to make it easy to find the weeklies, because it goes weekly and then all the weeks dailies, and then the next week is just tucked in here. I always find it's hard to find those when I'm planning ahead, so I will stick washi tape along the edge like I've done here for March, and that makes it easy for me to find. So I'll just do one to give you an idea of what I do. So in this case, I want the poppies to show up on this side, so I'm going to flip this around. And then I just stick this down. And then I'll just fold it over and trim it. And that's pretty much what I'll do for the whole month. So let me get those done. And as I mentioned before, the way DIY Fish's pages work is that she doesn't carry the next month. Like you can see, it doesn't have May 1st and 2nd here, but because most of the week is in April, what I will probably do is just write 1 and 2 here just to carry it over so that I don't have to worry about that. That's blue. Let me get a black one. So this would be 1st and 2nd of May. And that way I'll just have everything here. So later on I'll go back and trim that little bit of washi off the bottom, but I'm not going to worry about it now. And now you can see that when this is in my binder, those washi pages pop up really easy. And it's easy for me to find where the week is when I'm trying to plan ahead. And I like making that easy on myself. So this is next week, which I had already started planning a little bit when I was at my mom's. I'll pull out my markers here so I can do my color coding. And this color, whatever this color is, kind of an orangey color, I use for school-related stuff for my daughter. So she's still in high school. So these are the times I need to pick her up. She's on a block schedule and gets out at different days. So I just do that to help me remember. And then pink is for her. So I would do anything related to her in pink. My husband is blue. My older daughter is purple. And then pretty much everything else would be me, which this is the color I use for me, but I don't have anything this week. So then as far as things to do that I need to do, let me write these things down really quick. I swear my dogs and cats have as much medical issues as we do. It seems to feel like I'm always getting medicine refills for them. And see, this is also on my monthly task, the glasses, but I'm hoping that if I actually write it here, I'll remember to get that done this week. Can't tell you how many weeks in March I wrote that down and it never happened. And that's it for this week. I'm sure there will be more other things. I just kind of use this as a running to-do list as the week goes on, and then I transfer things over to the dailies each day. So I'm gonna throw in, these are from some Happy Planner stickers. I just like these to-dos. I'm trying to use up stuff that I've had. Okay, and so then the next thing I would do is go through the dailies. Now, on these other daily pages that I had been using, they had a section here for hourly from 7 to 7, and then priorities and a to-do list and a notes section. This is more just basically a blank slate. So the way I use this when I use these is I kind of use the top couple of rows for time-bound things, and then underneath it I do a list of to-dos, and then just treat the page like a bullet journal page. So one of the things that I want to be sure I'm tracking is the work that is being done on our bathroom remodel. And then my daughter has a dentist appointment in the morning, and then she's going back to school. And I don't usually color code on the dailies, but I am going to highlight this just so that I remember, because I'm 3/4 of the way in the school year and I'm still not used to when my daughter needs to be picked up, because she changes every other day. One thing, this column here I use to write down what we eat. So sometimes I'll put down here at the bottom meal plans if I plan ahead, which I've been pretty slack about lately. But I need to get back in the habit of doing that. So here's Wednesday. Wednesday's a busy day. My daughter's taking driving lessons. She's not very happy about it, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Get them ready. So, almost done here. All right. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I should have written something for the week here. So, so then what I would do is, I'm not going to worry about the weekend. I'll be looking here for next week at the monthly and writing these things down, just so I have everything in place. So the 20th is a dentist appointment. My husband teaches 2 nights a week, so that pretty much is consistent every week. I don't even really have to write it down, but it helps me remember. Let's see, she's got another driving lesson. My arthritis is acting up today, so my penmanship is not very good. I want to write my haircut appointment here in pencil because I think I may be rescheduling it. And then this HK means housekeepers, but that may not happen, so I'm not going to write it down yet. And then this, I don't know yet. This is a retreat my daughter's doing. I don't know whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday and Sunday, so I'm not going to put anything there yet until I know a little bit better. So then I'll skip to the next week and fill this one out. And I think that's about it. I'll go back and color code, and I can also put down which days are 3 o'clock days or 2 o'clock days. So she alternates. So this week would be 3 o'clock. This would be 2, 3, which means the next week would be 2 here. Nothing like really making it difficult when you're trying to plan your work calendar around alternating schedules. I'll be so glad when she's driving and I don't have to pick her up every day. All right. So now I'll just stick all this back in my planner. And then one of the other things that I like to do to just kind of set things up, this was my inbox for March. If you saw my March setup, I rewrote this from February. And since I didn't end up filling up a page, I feel like March just flew by. I'll probably just leave this and continue to add to it. So I won't bother taking this out. This is house-related stuff. But what I am going to do is pull all of these out because it just adds a lot of bulk and I'm not referring to them anymore. So I'm going to take these out. I'm going to put this in. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's the difference between this and this? Not a whole lot. And I'll probably end up rewriting this onto this page just so that I have it for March. And then that would be 2 more pages I can take out. So the rest of this from March and the beginning of April will go. I don't have a binder, but what I am doing is putting them all in a shoebox and just storing them stacked up in a shoebox. So I'll have the whole year. And the nice thing is with the washi tape edges, I change the washi tape every month so I can see, oh, this was March, oh, that was February, oh, that was April, because the washi tape will change month to month. That is really it. Pretty quick, pretty simple. The only other thing, oh, I need to pull these out because I don't need these. These were the ones that I had pre-done. So I'll just stick those back in here because if I change my mind with those dailies and I decide to go back to using these, then I'd pull these back out. But I'll just put all this together to file that away. And then that also helps me to eliminate one of these tabs, which tends to add some bulk. What I'm trying to do is slim this down because, like I told you guys, it's a chunk. So by taking the separate weekly and daily, I'm hoping to take down the bulk a little bit. So I'll probably pull this divider out and just shift everything back and then just use this as my weekly and daily, which, if you remember from one of my other videos, I don't put on these tabs what they are. And that's exactly why, because I like the flexibility to just change this around and move the tabs or move what I'm using the tabs for without having to recreate a label or anything like that. So yeah, that is pretty much my quick and dirty monthly, weekly planning setup for the month of April and for the week of April 12th in particular. I hope this wasn't too long. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again for watching. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you will see all of my videos when they come available. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.